So this video took more tries than I care to admit to get going, but here it is. Roll the intro. Greetings, fellow adventurers. Fred here. Welcome to LARP Saga, the show that explores anything and everything live-action role-playing. I am here with you finally to show off the bulk of my LARP gear haul from the main comic and toy con booth, the merchant of many things. Now, I will say, I am short one item from the haul. It's somewhere around my apartment, and I just don't know where it is at this time, but it'll be featured in a future video, so keep an eye out for that. But this is, by and large, the bulk of the LARP gear that I bought at the booth. So, without further preamble, let's dive into it. Kicking things off, we have Niobe's sword from Kalamazoo, all out of Stranger Comics' creation of The Untamed. Hey gang, editing desk Fred here. You're coming to you to correct myself on some things I say in this particular segment. I say the wrong name of the comic series. It's called Tales of Asunda. So ignore anything I say about this comic book's lore in the main segment. And I clearly don't know what I'm talking about because I never read the comics. But with that being said, I'll return you to main video, Fred, and you can hear more about the sword when we get to it. But ignore anything I say about the comics in this sequence. Now, honestly, I will say when it comes to this sword, it's in universe. It's named something that I cannot pronounce. It's here on camera, so I'm just gonna put it at the bottom of your screen. If someone knows how to pronounce it, let me know in the comments down below. But this sword is actually owned by, wielded by Niobe in The Untamed, which is in development and allegedly to be adapted into an HBO series. But when it comes to the sword itself, in terms of the aesthetic, it has a very cold steel and ice blue color scheme that kind of makes me think that this sword would be suited for spell swords or magically inclined sword users that have that have a connection to ice or the cold. But when it comes to how it handles, it is a lot more lightweight than previous Kalamazoo blades I've wielded. If you remember in my first Kalamazoo sword video with the sword that would become Goneril, I said that Kalamazoo blades seem to have a lot more heft in the blade itself. But this blade, it doesn't have it. So I'm noticing that Kalamazoo is seeming to develop their techniques in making more well-made and balanced swords over time. But something that I've been but something that I gotta critique that's not about the sword itself, but more Kalamazoo in general. Well, Kalamazoo, you put a lot of work into the Kickstarter for the LED saber, and I haven't really seen much usage of the technology that was used in that sword beyond the LED saber. Or I mean, that technology is very innovative when it comes to LARP weapons, and I will say this weapon is at the top of my list for weapons that I want to see that technology integrated in. I mean, look at the runes on this blade. These things basically beg to have like an LED glow to them, and also the symbols on the pommel too. But unless there's something in the lore regarding this blade that doesn't make them glow, I'm sure someone who's actually read the comics will sound off down below and confirm or debunk whether these symbols glow or not. But if there's precedence in the comics for the symbols to glow, this blade is up there on the list for a Kalamazoo weapon that I want to see the LED technology put into. Moving on, I don't know how well you can see it on with the lighting and on camera, but there will be cutaway shots. Lots of this is put in the editing process, thanks to the magic of editing. But we have the Fenris Wand from Epic Armory. Now I will say that when I see the Fenris head on the pommel of this wand, and I know Fenris is a wolf in Norse mythology, but I see more of a dragon's head personally. But then again, I'm a sucker for dragons, so I may be biased in seeing dragons everywhere. But this one was brought out during the heyday of blockbuster or magic school LARPs, that popped up in a lot of places around the globe. And Epic Armory provided a source for highly detailed, relatively affordable wands that people could purchase for their characters. And I really like this one because it's got the black bordering on, the dark bordering on black with the red eyes, the silver metal, and it just feels right to me. But I'm also of the viewpoint that there should be different wands for different uses. So I actually keep my wands in a large cup, a lot like some people would keep pencils. Next up, we have what I call the character knives. It's because each of these knives I actually got for one of my two specific characters. For example, we have the tactical throwing knife, which I actually got for Derek, because it fits more his character style in terms of more military style aesthetic, and a bit more rugged and tactical, in its look and feel. But for now, this knife means that I can pull the classic Call of Duty combo of knife and suppressed pistol. In a air quotes LARP event scenario. Don't know functional or practical that would be, but it's a cool image. But the second knife I got is this ornate red dragon knife. As you know, Radnor is very much in the black and red color scheme, and is associated with dragons a lot. So I picked up this knife for him, and it would make a good boot knife once I get something that can actually hold it close to his boot. Crossing over the halfway point, we have this foam anvil. Now, I don't remember if I mentioned this, but a bit of the way up my mom's side of the family tree, there are a couple of blacksmiths, at least. I don't know if there are more. There are also pirates too, but that's another story. Yeah, but all in all, a foam anvil can be very useful in a LARP scenario. Especially if your character does smithing. Because you would not only be able to have something to roleplay the act of smithing, if you don't have the knowledge or tools to do it for real, but if goblins attack, in addition to your handler, you can just yeet the anvil at them or pick it up so you can have a good way to intimidate a customer that is being a problem. Or what I did was use it as part of a setup in creation of what I call an arcane forge. And yes, the lava lamp is part of the setup. It's what generates the forge's energy. On a bit more of the smaller side, we got this potion bottle and a compass, a pocket watch looking compass. Now, if you buy one of these potion bottles from Merchant of Many Things, if you see them at a convention, or get it from their suppliers. I can't remember the crafter or supplier who made these, but heed my warning. Do not drink out of these. These are not safe to drink out of, and it's more of like a display piece for like an alchemy set or similar setup. Just please do not do it. It's not worth the risk. And then we also have this, and when it comes to the pocket watch style compass, it does eventually point north-ish. It doesn't really, it's not something I would rely on as a functional compass. If your LARP involves navigation that would require a compass. So I just do not recommend using this as a functional one, but it makes a very cool prop for an adventurer who's out in the wilderness. Now, closing in on the end, and we have this belt loop scroll case. Now, I will say scroll cases, it's always good to have something like this on hand if you need to store important documents, like for a quest or something of that nature. But the scrolls I hold in here are the scrolls that came in the Sorcerer's LARP box all those years ago. Really gotta see what Bart is up to, and if LARP box will ever come back in some way, shape, or form. Good question, but something that I didn't notice initially, but this particular scroll case, while it looks good, it looks like it's breaking at cracking in the leather where the belt loop is I don't know if it's because of the quality or not, but if you get one of these this particular model, get it at your own risk, because the leather does crack in places. Or maybe it's because I don't know how to take care of it properly. Anyone's guess. And last but not least, we have a set of forge tongs and an epic armory set of cutlery. Now, something regarding the forge tongs. I've always been a big proponent of LARP gear that is 3D printed, because it's you can replace parts easily. You can it's good for like an entry level prop build. Before you feel the need to upgrade to something that's a bit more durable. But these tongs are 3D printed, and they are also are part of my Arcane Forge setup. Still have to find something that I can grip them with, like a crucible or something that holds molten metal. But also we have this set of eating utensils. I gotta say, this is easily, in my opinion, despite how much I love the other purchases I got, this has got to be the best investment I made. Because I actually used these at the feast at the Warg event that you saw the sparring footage of earlier. And these work phenomenally. And I combine it with the plastic bowl that came in the Explorer's LARP box. And the tankard I also got in LARP box. I pretty much have a full feast set that I can use to eat at a LARP, and I just love it. But that has been a look at the bulk of my LARP haul. I still have like a dragon-themed journal floating somewhere around the apartment. That'll be featured in a future video when I can find it. But I've got more LARP gear on the way, so there's gonna be another bulk review in the future. So in the meantime, if you're new around here, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to keep up to date with everything I'm doing out here. But if you're a returning viewer, thanks for stopping by. And you can also find links down below to my link tree, where you can find links to my socials, my support platforms, and my Twitch and channel email. If you haven't considered following me on Twitch, I'm pretty close to halfway to Twitch affiliate status, and I would love to hear from you if you are willing to come by and see me play Star Wars: The Old Republic while talking about random things, including but not limited to the game I'm playing. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the trail of adventure.